Hello and welcome to this week's edition of the Community Blood Bank Spotlight on Money Radio WPSE. I'm Joe Martin, and today we're continuing our series sharing the stories behind the life-saving mission of the Community Blood Bank of Northwest Pennsylvania and Western New York. Today, I'm joined by Conor Dawley, lead grief and clinical services specialist at the Highmark Caring Place. Conor, thank you so much for being with us today.
Thank you, Joe.
Conor, I know you've experienced firsthand just how critical blood donation can be. Why do you personally choose to donate?
Well, my goodness, my dad, when I was 18 years old, I just graduated high school, and it was a week after my graduation party. He was a police officer for the city of Erie, and he got shot. And I remember the life-saving blood that was donated for him. He was on the brink. He was in critical condition for a little bit and then stable. And I mean, it was really scary. And I thank the Lord that people donate blood so that people like him and others in our community can get what they need to keep going. And now he's a grandpa and he has a great relationship with my kids and my sister's kids, and that wouldn't be the case if it wasn't for blood donation.
Conor, what a great story. Some of our listeners may have never faced a situation where a loved one needed blood products like your family did. Can you share what that experience was like for your family and how it shaped your perspective?
Well, I remember going into the hospital that day and seeing my dad hooked up to all of the cords and getting what he needed to live. And it was chaos, right? The police were in there and medical personnel, and just remembering that scene and remembering like just how far he came from that day. And I went to college a couple months later and he came with me, and gosh, the recovery was long, but I remember all the treatment and the support and the work he had to put in to get to where he is now, and knowing like, my goodness, people have to give to support that.
I'm joined by Conor Dawley, lead grief and clinical services specialist at the Highmark Caring Place. Conor is sharing how donating to the community blood bank directly impacted his family and why he now encourages others to give. Conor, for those who may be on the fence about giving blood for the first time or maybe haven't donated in a while, what would you say to encourage them?
I would say it's not as scary as you might think it is. You go in there and everyone is so kind, and I donate double reds because I know that I'm donating twice the amount of red blood cells and I'm getting back the things that you don't need. So I'm actually helping save twice as many lives with each donation I give. Some people are afraid of needles. You don't have to look. It doesn't really hurt. Everyone is very professional there. And then when you're done, you get a snack. You get a pop or a juice and a cookie. So they treat you great. I couldn't recommend anyone as much as I recommend them because they're top notch for our community.
They are absolutely amazing in what they do for all of us.
Mhm.
Conor, when you're not in the donor chair, you're serving as the lead grief and clinical services specialist at the Highmark Caring Place. That organization has a growing partnership with the Community Blood Bank. Can you tell us more about that connection and why it's so meaningful?
Yeah, thank you. So we support families who have had a loved one die. They're grieving a loss. We work with kids from birth through high school. We have young adults and the adults that are coming with their families. And we know for a lot of those families, their loved ones who they're grieving have had support or blood donated to their loved ones. And unfortunately, their loved ones didn't make it. And so knowing that there's a resource in our community where people can donate blood and save a life. And that's what they want. They're here to support others who are grieving, but they're also here to support our community. And for those that are donating, And we're really thankful for this. The Community Blood Bank has a program where they support us the week of Children's Grief Awareness Day, which is the third Thursday in November, where we honor kids and teens in our community who are grieving a death. We wear blue, we have blue butterflies, and for every donor that week, the blood bank has been very gracious to donate $1 for every donor to the Caring Place. And that money has historically gone into our preschool rooms. So for our smallest grievers, it helps update our space, update our toys for them, create a safe, fun, comfortable environment for them to play, because we know play is their natural language, and process their losses.
Conor, thank you so much for joining us today, sharing your story, and for the work you're doing to inspiring others to donate.
Thank you, Joe.
To our listeners, if you've been waiting for the right time to give blood, this is it. The time is now. Visit forhearts.org. That's FOUR hearts.org to learn more or schedule your donation today. This has been a WPSE podcast production. Thanks for listening.